to the distinguished chair of the Veterans Affairs Committee, Dr. Phil Rowe.
Gentleman from Tennessee is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in support of H.R. 3441, the Save Local Business Act. Mr. Speaker, this debate boils down to whether we want local entrepreneurship and community engagement through the franchise model or a one-size-fits-all top-down model. When I served as chairman of the HELP subcommittee, we heard testimony about the effect of this new joint employer standard for Mr. Ed Brady, who owns a Burger King in inner-city Baltimore. Many of the men Mr. Brady hires to work at his store have had a run-in with the criminal justice system, and several of the women he hires have been on some form of government assistance. He hires people to give them an opportunity at a better life, as he described it. If the new joint employer standard proceeds, the Burger King Corporation will be liable for many of the hiring decisions that were made by Mr. Brady. Why would we expect any corporation to know a community better than someone like Mr. Brady, who grew up there? Shouldn't we expect that a corporate entity would be more risk-averse and less likely to give people a second chance? Think about the incredible story Mr. Brady has to tell. He dropped out of high school in the 11th grade before returning when his life was headed in the wrong direction, according to him. He joined the Baltimore Police Department. Then he began working in a Burger King. After the first Burger King he owned closed, he ultimately rejoined Burger King and purchased his current store. What's remarkable is when Baltimore experienced unrest several years ago, Mr. Brady's store was at the epicenter, and his neighbors stood outside to protect it from being destroyed, and his was one of the only restaurants open for business the next day. Mr. Speaker, if this is not the American dream, I don't know what is. And on a recent trip that our conference took there, including the chairwoman, we dined with Mr. Brady at his restaurant in Baltimore. And he was a wonderful host, I might add. Joint employer isn't just about restaurants. Hotel owners, fitness companies, movers, tutoring services, janitorial services, and the list goes on and on. Anyone who franchises their business is affected by this ruling. I'm pleased the Labor Department is reviewing this standard, but this can't be a constantly changing standard while long-term damage is done to local entrepreneurship. I urge my colleagues to support the joint employer standard that protects workers and allows the franchise model to flourish. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back the balance of my time.